when you are in your private thoughts, what are those things that you are saying in your mind that one day when I am this, I'm going to do this? What is that for you as a man?
Yeah.
Like one day when I have the money, I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
As much as you want to be sexually free and want to explore, a point where your wife, your husband starts to feel uncomfortable, start to feel hurt, start to feel demeaned, start to feel undermined, then your right to whatever pleasures that you may have imagined, that's where it ends.
Come on now. And the one that we always go to as men is sexual lust. It's like that when we want to choke out and kill and destroy, and it's like, that's obvious, and we can obviously see how that would destroy your marriage.
Yes.
But it's all of these other things, bro, that kind of creep up, and they, and as a man, they easily justifiable.
When that life doesn't happen, you start to create it.
Yes.
This is where men start to borrow money.
Yep.
Right? They start to lie to their wives.
Yep.
And then she wakes up one day in community property, poor woman, realize this brother's got $500,000, 1 million rand worth of loans and credit cards, and she doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to That Husband podcast with me, Black Newborn. Here we are husbands who aren't where we want to be, but certainly are not where we used to be. We are imperfect, always failing forward, trying to know better so that we can do better.
What's up? Welcome to That Husband podcast with me, Black Newborn. This is where husbands try to know better so that we can do better. Before we jump into this episode, I want to thank everybody who's been supporting us. If you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're updated on every single episode that we drop every Wednesday at 11:30. If you want to support us, man, we've been directing you to many websites, but we finally have our own, and it's launched and it's official, thathusband.com. So if you go there, you will find everything. You can buy us a coffee there. You can buy tickets to Beans and Bonds. You can find our online store. That's up and it's live. And people have been purchasing items, so please do support us by purchasing merch on our online store. It's just an incredible site. You'll find everything that we're building. If you want to continue booking me as a speaker or an MC or facilitator for your next event, you can drop us an email at booking@blacknewborn.com. That's booking@blacknewborn.com. The husband that's sitting across the table from me today is a resident. We've made it official. He's the only guest who's come for the third time now.
Yes.
Brother, what's up, man?
Come on, man.
You good?
Good. How are you?
Good, bro.
Yeah.
Good. No, it's official. You're a resident now.
Yes. Where's my badge?
Come
Where's
on,
Where's
bro.
my honorary badge?
We'll get you one. This
Yes.
one. See this one.
Please. I need mine.
Yeah. You good?
I'm good, brother. I'm
No,
good,
that's
man. Good to
man.
see you.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good to be here again.
Yeah. Now, bro, people enjoy you here. And we're definitely blessed by your presence, your wisdom, and all the insights that you share with us. So you'll keep coming back over and over and over.
Hey, come on now.
Let's do it, man.
I'm here.
Yeah. Bro, you've been busy.
Yeah, it's been a busy season.
Yeah. Just fill us in, man. There's a lot that you've launched. There's a lot of other things that you're doing. Walk us through that, bro.
I mean, inspired by our conversations, of course. I mean, a lot of what has been coming here. We've launched the Men of Change.
Come on, bro.
Men of Change is really about just holistic manhood.
Yeah.
Looking at being a husband, being a father,
Sure.
being a man, being a brother, being a son.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's been a lot of queries from parents, especially about raising young teenagers and young adults that they're struggling to connect with.
Sure.
So we decided to set that up, and then it's going to be in the form of doing events. We've got one coming up now on the 30th in Pretoria.
Sure.
So for all those that can't make it here, for the Beans and Bonds, we got Pretoria happening that side. Man. And the idea is to set up chapters throughout the country.
Yeah.
And to really enable to give guys, many people that have been coming to me and asking me if you're doing anything for men from in Durban. There's a massive group that in Woodbank of men that want to do events as well. Is to give them those tools and to have a program running, which we call 12 Battles of a Man. And the 12 Battles of a Man is to really talk to men about their confidence, their legacy.
Sure.
Yeah, dealing with unresolved lusts, which we'll cover a little bit today. and dealing just with relationships, communication, your emotions, I mean, all of those battles that us men have, and then talking to them, giving tools from psychology to spirituality as Christians, especially. Because I'm a Christian, I can only speak from what I know. And you know, mindset. So putting together a cluster of psychologists, of counselors, of successful men, and just men in general who are passionate about raising, you know, healthy, thriving men.
That's great, man.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shout outs to you, and thanks again for, you know, just putting your hand on the plow and you know, I think pushing back against darkness in this area of masculinity. For the longest time, we know that, you know, culture and society as a whole, people have been crying for platforms, for conversations, for men to take place. And at least in my observation, I'm seeing that there's like a lot of guys who are taking on the mental and actually building stuff. Just your own observations, like, how's the manhood space? You know, what are some great conversations, interactions you've been having? What are some developments that you've seen? And you're like, yo, okay, I think this is like good stuff, and it needs to be highlighted, spotlighted, whatever the case is, you know. So I'm like obviously seeing your stuff. There's a gent I follow on Instagram and TikTok. I think what's his thing called? I know he said "Man of Change," and that's you. It's blue and yellow. I'm just seeing the colors. I just forgot the name now. And there was other young men who started a podcast as well for men. And I just sent him a DM last week just to big him up on the work that he's doing. There's another brother, Mtogozisi. He has a podcast as well for men. You know, so I'm like, there's a whole lot of other dudes, man, who are like, yo, we're not gonna sit down and just complain, but we're gonna get into the field and actually do stuff. So what have your observations been?
Look, the observation for me is the fact that actually, especially looking at the responses mainly from your podcasts. And because quite a few of the men that have come to my practice of counseling have actually told me that we saw you at the Husband podcast. You know? So in case you, not that you don't know, but you know, you're wondering, but this is what's happening. The what I've seen is that men have always wanted, but they didn't know where to go. They didn't know where to go. And I suppose also realizing that we are the ones who need to take on the task. That it is our job, like we've been saying, that as men, we are the ones that have the influence, we've got the positions, we've got the power, we've got the money, we've got the platforms. So we should actually be very intentional in terms of building that up to cater for our needs. You know? I see that the moment I start to speak the language that I believe captures masculine experience, many men are very responsive. When I start to say, okay, guys, let's be transparent about what we're going through. And transparency doesn't mean that you have to say everything that's going through, right? The Bible says that only a fool makes all his mind known. You know, but transparency from the point of let's not make judgments about our human experience. What's good, what's bad. But talk about, if I'm struggling, I'm struggling. If I need help, I need help. If I don't know what to do, it's okay to say I don't know what to do. If I'm feeling a little bit hurt, it's okay for me to feel the pain rather than shortcutting that to anger. Or if I'm feeling confused, instead of being frustrated and then eventually shortcutting that to anger. Because anger is our go-to.
That's our go-to emotion
as men, because it gives us a sense of control very quickly. And also people quickly respond when we are feeling a bit angry. They don't respond when you're crying, when we're sad, when you're confused, when we're hurt, and like there's a lot less response. But when we start to talk about, give language to men's experiences, and we're not borrowing from the language that women have used when they described how they're experiencing our dysfunction sometimes, there's a lot more response. And men put their guards down, and we can have meaningful, intense conversations about stuff. And all of a sudden you realize that actually, hey, we really are emotional. And it's important to use our intelligence to manage them well. so that they don't, in the end, continue to undermine and undercut our intelligence as men. You know,
that's good, man. It's Jason Wilson who says that when he describes men's emotions, he says we like the box of crayons that have 12 crayons, and women are the box of crayons that have 64 crayons. You know, and so our emotions kind of range between like very limited colors. You know, so we'll move between red, blue, orange, or green. And your wife or your female counterpart will come with a violet. You know,
and a yellow.
Yellow. She'll come with a lime, and you're like, I don't know what to do with lime. I only know green. I don't know indigo. I just know like a very particular color. And so he uses that to say, man, like all of these other emotions are there. We have that range.
Yeah.
Just men need to be coached. You know, they need to be trained, discipled. They need to speak, so that they can also kind of tap into the wider range of the emotions that they have. You did a seminar talk where you said a line which I thought was fire, and I wanted us to explore that. Where you said that, you know, society calls for men who cry, but you don't think that society is ready for men who cry. Something like that, paraphrased. But, you know, everybody's demanding that men cry. And it's like, sure, we do have, you know, tears and we should cry. There's, you know, a lot of benefit to that. But are you ready for, you know, is society ready for men who will express their emotions at that level? What did you mean by that? Can we unpack that?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I meant exactly that. And I think it was testament to the proof was actually in the room.
Yeah.
The moment I said, but are you ready for men who cry? You could literally hear 30-40% of the women in the room saying, no, like, no. You know? And many times I've said that, they'll be like, be vulnerable, don't be vulnerable too much.
Yes.
You know, there's even a censoring of the level of how men should be vulnerable. Vulnerability. And the reality of it is that, look, I think that we need to find our own spaces where we can cry. And you gotta be very careful where you cry.
Where you cry, man, yeah.
Because as I've said, as a society, we're not there yet.
Sure.
We're not there. We're not there yet.
Sure.
And I know many times the biggest frustration, like the men would say, as soon as I start to talk about how I feel about certain things, then it's weaponized vulnerability.
Yeah.
Then my vulnerability gets weaponized against me.
Sure.
And now I don't feel like I'm comfortable anymore to share how I feel about certain things. Because the moment that you become, you start to talk about, I'm scared.
Yeah.
By and large, society still sees men as the ones that should bring about safety.
Yeah.
So if the person that is supposed to bring safety is scared, then what are we supposed to do?
Sure.
It still is the case that if somebody knows there's a massive knock on the door at night, and your wife is not going to get up and go go open the door. She'll still say, "Hey, dude, go, go check out what's going on." Because there still is that expectation that a man is supposed to arrest danger. Is supposed to be the one that is strong when everybody else is weak, especially physical strength or emotional strength, even when everybody is all confused. You are expected to still maintain that temperament that doesn't show any kind of instability. You know, everybody's looking to you towards that. And unfortunately, when somebody starts crying, we don't know where that's going to end.
Especially a man.
Especially a man. Yeah. Especially a man that has never cried before. Yeah, sure. So we have no way of being able to measure what you're crying, where it's going to land.
Sure.
Because we have no history of you crying.
Sure.
So the first time you cry, it'll create a lot of confusion. There'll be a lot of uncertainty around how do we respond to this person crying.
Sure, man.
You know, that's why sometimes I believe that when you start to cry in an environment that can be able to handle your cry.
Yeah.
And they can be able to guide that emotion. They can be able to give you some kind of space for you to cry it out. Because I mean, for other ladies that are listening right now, you know, like let's be honest, and then let's answer in the comment sections and tell us if you are ready to hear your man, your husband, bawl his eyes out,
Sure.
like he, you know, like
snots and everything,
snot and everything dripping, and then drool. Like,
Sure.
are you ready for that or not?
Sure.
You know,
Why do you think women demand it, and why do you think they're not ready for it?
I think because women know what crying means.
Okay.
I think they know that crying for them means exactly what you mentioned, Jason, as well, right? Like he speaks about how Srisha says that tears contain stress hormones.
Sure.
That when you're crying, actually you release the stress, literally. And after a very good cry, then they feel that relief. They feel a lot more calm and more regulated.
Yeah.
And then they're able to sort of engage a bit more logically when that is out of their system.
Sure.
I think because they know that that's what it means for them, then they desire that for men as well. They desire for men to feel that same relief. But at the very same time, also, they do know that that normally happens from a point of feeling overwhelmed, of not having control. And that's for the same reason I believe sometimes also it's a bit harder for them to still handle that whole act, that whole seeing that the person cry in that way, and gets them into a panic.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
Because like one of the conversations that men would have, even in counseling, would say, as soon as the man starts to really go deep into, this is how this thing is making me feel, you can literally see the woman feeling like, okay, that's too much.
Yeah.
Can you just like hold off a little bit? You know,
because I don't know what to do with this.
Because they don't know what to do with it. And I don't think it's a matter of we shouldn't start, but I think it's a matter of realizing that we're not there yet. And that if we're saying that let's go there, then we need almost maybe assistance, curation of some sort.
Sure.
Of going through that process itself, talking a bit more and more about it, and acknowledging that I'm not ready. We're not ready, but we need to be ready because we want our sons, our brothers, our husbands to feel the same relief that we feel when we cry.
That's good, bro.
And then to be ready to apply their logic going forward. Yeah. Because I suppose also we know as human beings that if we don't cry, normally then we mask it with anger. Yeah. Or with sadness or something. But whatever it is that we're masking the pain with is unhealthy. Yeah. You know? Sure. It's unhealthy because anger that is masked, pain that is masked as anger is unpredictable anger. Yeah. And something terrible can happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. A person can do something to themselves. They often, men especially, would do something to someone else that they love, to their wife, to their girlfriend, to their children, to their parents. These days, we see a lot of young men that are angry, that are doing things to their parents because they're very angry themselves. Sure. And as long as we're not allowed to cry, then there's that unhealthy stress is kept inside of us. And I suppose our women desire that for us. They desire that relief on our behalf.
Man, how do we help women now walk through, what could be 2 steps, 3 steps that will prep them to kind of create that space for what they desire. They desire their men to cry, but clearly when it happens or when men go deeper, they can't handle it. So what should they be doing to prep themselves to create that environment, to accept that this thing is going to happen? I saw some video. It's a couple. The guy says with his wife, it's like, yo, I'm never telling you whenever I feel scared. I'm never telling you when the business is not doing well. And the wife is like, why? And he's like, because you're gonna freak out. And if you freak out, that's gonna destabilize me. And whatever's going wrong in the business, then I won't have the mental capacity to focus to fix that thing. And so I'm not telling you. And so she was horrified, like, man, we share everything. How could you not tell me this? And he's like, well, I've tried before and I've seen how you reacted, and that destabilized me. So then I thought, it's okay, I'll go tell my friends or I'll keep it to myself. But the thing that now I know will bring insecurity in your life, I need to fix. Yeah. Business is not going well. I need to fix that so that you can feel safe, And at some level, she understood, because I think she wasn't ready to accept feeling insecure. She wasn't ready to accept the fact that, man, the same person, like you said, who's supposed to provide security, if they feel insecure, then what does that mean for me? So I don't want to deal with that. And she was like, cool, let's leave it then. It's okay. You don't have to tell me, And so obviously that was one video. I'm assuming after that, she never demanded for her husband to go to those depths with her.
Yeah.
But if there is a wife, a woman who's like, man, I want it, and you're not ready. It's just like, I want to get ready. What would you tell her?
I mean, everything starts, I suppose, with small steps.
Sure.
And again, we cannot ignore the feedback that we are getting.
Hundreds.
We cannot ignore it.
Sure.
I think what's important for women in general to understand that if you are with a man that loves and cares for you, that really desires the best for you, what he doesn't want is for you to feel scared.
Yes.
Because he sees himself as the catalyst for safety in your life.
Yeah.
So if he's going to be bringing news that are going to make you feel unstable and scared, that's not really his. That's not a way to do that. And so if I come to you and I tell you, listen, I'm having an issue with my business.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we're going to be kicked out of the house, but just be aware that I've got a few delayed invoices.
Yeah.
And then you freak out. And in your panic state, you start calling your father, you start calling your brother, you start acting as if it's like really the end of World War II.
Sure.
That's data.
Sure.
That's data that says, as a catalyst and the custodian of safety in the marriage, that doesn't bring safety. That brings vulnerability and panic. I don't want that.
Sure.
Right? So we sit down, we talk about it. And when he started explaining to you, like, listen, can we talk about what happened? It's important to give an ear.
Yeah.
Not from a point of being defensive, but from the point of, okay, I understand now. You want to bring safety. Now, let me rather ask questions that'll help you to get the full insight as to what's happening.
Sure.
Rather than immediately panicking and running onto we're going to lose the house. We're going to lose the car.
Sure.
Because that's like
the
moment you start going there. Here's a simple example that a woman can do.
Yeah.
But what about that? What about the mortgage? What about the car? What about the school fees? What about?
Sure.
And then how it lands in my ears is, you are being neglectful.
Sure.
Whatever you've done, you're putting us in danger.
Yep.
So now I can't process with you my journey because if I'm processing with you a portion of my journey where I'm having a struggle, for you it becomes some kind of a permanence and that puts a mark on my character.
Yes.
And
that weakens me in the process of trying to fix the problem.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
And now I don't want you to ever see me as someone that you cannot rely on, like you cannot depend on.
Sure.
And so if I'm going to share with you some concerns and some vulnerabilities and immediately that puts a mark on me and then I see you seeing me as someone less, then that becomes something, we shouldn't go there.
Avoid that.
We should avoid that altogether. Sure. So there's got to be an awareness to say, I don't have the historical bandwidth. I don't know how to handle this thing.
Sure.
My data's going to run out as we're having a conversation because I don't know how to handle it and admit it.
Yeah.
And then have that self-awareness to say, okay, if I'm having this conversation, I need data and I need enough data so that I can emotionally regulate. And I should watch myself from being quickly too conclusive without having a lot of data about, what this person is sharing.
Sure.
And watch your behavior. Watch yourself when you're having vulnerable conversations with your husband.
Yeah.
How do you react? Are you supportive? Are you judgmental? Are you supportive or are you judgmental? Are you present or are you dismissive? Are you patient or do you quickly become, totally out of capacity? And then after that, after the conversation has been had, how are you behaving towards the man? Are you now in your corner, all worried, not as intimate anymore, not as conversational anymore? And now when we are talking, you are responding in short answers and short responses, sending a message that something has changed since that conversation, and intimacy now is now been blocked. we're supposed to go somewhere now, all of a sudden you don't feel like going there anymore.
Yeah.
There's so many things now all of a sudden start to change after the conversation. Like, watch yourself.
Yeah.
Because all of that, as with any other human being, that's data.
Yeah, that's true, man. You know what I found? Quite interesting, speaking about that thing, where I'm like, again, let's use the example of the business or work. Things are a bit shaky. I want to bring that to my wife. But I know that she's going to react the way that we've described right now. And then what you brought up now is after that conversation, she starts acting, in weird ways. And I'm like, one example is, let's say, probably going out. So we just spoken and I told you things are a bit shaky. You maybe pretended that you're okay.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I'm like, let's go out for ice cream. No. We can't. And then I'm like, that ice cream is just like 20 rand for both of us. No, we have to save that $20. Well, so then I'm like, yo, man, like I clearly can't bring anything because I didn't say that we're gonna be homeless now. I just said things are a bit shaky. And now you want to count every single cent. And now that also makes me feel like you said, it puts a taint on my character because I'm like, I can't even provide ice cream for my family. Now I'm being policed just to take my wife out for a scoop of ice cream. You know what I mean? And it's things like that are very subtle. Suddenly now we're not shopping where we used to shop. Or suddenly, we have to preserve electricity or whatever the case is. Where now it's like, yo, man, let's not do that because, like you said, it just makes me feel already. I'm feeling some type
pressure,
of way.
Yeah.
And now this just adds on more pressure, which takes away any capacity for me to think and come up with solutions to even fix the problem that I've just presented. So I think that's a big note in how behavior is expressed straight after that conversation. Yeah, sure.
No, I mean, it's very important. I mean, I think, and again, self-awareness is crucial because that's a distinguishing factor between consciously married couples, conscious marriages, than unconscious marriages.
And that should be a phrase, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Let's actually put that together.
Yes,
conscious
marriages.
Conscious marriages.
Yeah.
We speak of conscious leadership, but I think there's conscious marriage.
Yeah.
And conscious marriage is, I'll give a simple example. One of the most exciting things I've been doing lately with the counseling marriages is counseling personalities.
Okay.
Introvert versus an extrovert.
Sure.
And usually understanding how both process energy, like the energy, how one gets energy and how one gets energy. Like a simple example of understanding, like an introvert gets energy in their quietness.
Yeah, from being alone.
They reboot. When they're own, that's when they get the energy.
Come on, bro.
But when you start talking to people, it's draining.
Yeah.
Like energy is getting drained, it's getting depleted.
Yeah. Sure.
Extrovert, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
In their quietness, an extrovert is getting drained.
Yeah.
They're getting drained, like they need to talk to someone. Yeah. And then when they start talking, like I'm an extrovert to a degree, when I start to speak, I get energized. I can literally feel it coming from the sole of my feet all the way to the top of my head. There's nothing there, but anyway.
That's all the energy.
Yeah. I feel like my hair's growing back when I start talking.
Sure.
And then the challenge was with my wife was that, I would want to talk. Especially another big thing about that is about timing.
Yes. Yes.
Around 8:30, 9 o'clock,
yeah.
Introverts are saying bye-bye world.
We done.
Like bye-bye world.
That's me, bro.
But the extrovert is like, all the stuff I haven't spoken about in the day, now is the time to get them out.
The world is quiet.
Like right now, the world is quiet. I'm ready. And then there's the time that I want to be addressing issues with my wife.
Sure.
Like the timing is off.
Totally off, bro.
And then I'm like, but we cannot go to bed angry.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, dude, if I don't go to bed, I'll be angry.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
And I just really understanding like the timing is crucial. And then in conscious marriages, you have to be aware of that. Like, okay, what is the best time for both of us to have a meaningful, engaging conversation?
That's good.
If you're not careful of that, then you're gonna taint that sacred time. Oof. Especially for an introvert. It's a sacred time of intimacy, and they want to be hugged and made to feel like, like it's time to sleep now. hush baby, don't say words. Like it's time for them to really go.
Yeah.
And if you play that well, that can be the most intimate time.
Come on, bro.
For both of you. And I found that in conscious marriages, in my marriage with her, my wife is an extreme introvert, you know. I cannot have the conversation the next morning when we wake up. Nope. Can't be early. I must give at least an hour or so.
Sure.
Somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock, especially if it is outside the home.
Sure.
That's the right time.
Yeah.
To have the conversation.
Yeah.
And
that's dope, man.
In a very neutral environment,
yeah.
It's the right time for us to have the conversation. And then she'll get it.
Yeah.
And then that way she's not as defensive, and she has stored up enough energy from the previous night having slept to carry through a conversation.
Sure.
And also another worst time to do that is after, like I'm a speaker and I do events. The worst time for me to want to have a conversation with my wife is after an event.
Yeah. I've already spoken. I've used all my words.
As far as social energy and all, it's already spent. She's out of her social energy bundles.
Sure.
When she gets home, the best thing I could do is to set up to do some bath water.
Yes.
And let her just chill there for some time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we have a light conversation. Now, the extrovert in me wants to talk about what happened.
The deep things.
Hey, man, did you see what happened? How was that? And I'm looking for feedback. And like, you know, God, she makes a mistake of engaging with that. It's a bad night for her. Because it's like, hey, the conversation is going now.
Sure.
And then I can tell like, oh, she's, you know. I have to realize that we are very, very differently wired. And it's important to really be conscious of that. And so consciousness in marriage is when you're having those difficult conversations, how are you behaving? What data are you sending? You know, if you're saying
that's good, bro.
That fine that says that you're not fine, you're pretending that you're fine when you know that you're not. The more you pretend that you're fine when you're not fine, the more anxious I become.
Come on, man.
Because I know that something is brewing.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we all are afraid of the unknown. So if you say that I don't see what I'm seeing, either I'm crazy or something bad is about to happen and I have no control. And I don't know how it's going to work out.
And that's anxiety inducing, man.
It's anxiety inducing.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and it's okay. It's okay to say, I don't know how to handle bad news.
Yeah.
Give them to me in chunks. Or tell me when the matter is just sorted out.
Sure.
A part of you as an anxious person wants to say, I need to know so that I can do something about it. But the challenge with knowing information that you cannot do anything about if you don't have the tools to handle it is that it's going to induce your anxiety.
Yeah, sure.
And it's going to put more pressure on your husband or even your wife. Let's say that it's your wife that's like that. It's going to put more pressure on them. And so it's okay. If I know that I don't know how to handle certain tough things, my wife tells me, some things, dude, I'm overloaded.
Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Sort it out and tell me when it's sorted out.
Done, yeah. Sure, that's good.
If it's going to impact me and I need to be able to prepare about it, yes, tell me.
Yeah.
But if it's something I cannot do anything about it, don't tell me.
Yeah. Sure. That's great. And I think that conscious marriage thing is definitely worth unpacking because, you know, the question that came to my head as you were speaking is like, how do couples get to that? You know, how do we get to a point where we're conscious of how we're doing marriage, you know? And I'll definitely want us to unpack that because I think there's a lot there. And even just how we started the conversation now, you know, this needs to be a podcast on its own.
Yes.
You know, but we obviously speaking about, you know, battles, and you mentioned a couple of the battles that men face, you know, and this could be one of them, but a big battle, which, you know, this cuts across age, cuts across, you know, educational background, it cuts across life experience, cuts across, you know, how deep or how shallow pockets are. Is the battle of lust. You know, and that hits all of us. You know, sometimes it creeps us at an early age and it has you by the neck. And that's just you wrestling this Leviathan, you know, for the rest of your manhood. But for other men, it creeps up, man. Like you've just been okay, you know, had battles with it because I think none of us go unscathed. but this monster like grows quietly in the corner, and then you get married, you have kids, and now you're in your late 40s, early 40s, whatever, and there it comes. You know, so run us through that, man. How did we get to this thing being a battle? Why is it so big? What does last? You know, how do you see it play out in the manhood space?
Yeah.
What are some of the fears, dangers, warnings, chats that people are having?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that I realized even in myself.
Yeah.
And something very fascinating as I was thinking and preparing for, you know, to come and have this chat. And I realized something, that most lust actually come from a very innocent place.
Sure.
They come from longing.
Sure.
As children, we long for certain things. There you are, longing to be accepted, longing to be loved, longing to be important.
Sure.
You know, which is basically where the lust for power comes from. You know, longing to be useful.
Yeah.
In an environment, to do,
Sure.
you know, power, important value, longing to be loved and cared for. The ultimate end of that, of course, is sex, you know, where you are as a man being accepted, and the woman is like, it's okay for you to, I'm okay to let you into my heart in that way and into me in that way. And then it's a longing to be loved and to be accepted.
Sure.
Unfortunately, if it's not managed, then it becomes an obsession. It becomes an obsession, especially when it is not being met, right? When you're growing up, you don't have the love, you have abandoned, you're abandoned by parents. Maybe you are being rejected and be told how ugly and how stupid and how whatever you are. And this longing at some point becomes an obsession.
Yeah.
And the more it's not met, the more obsessed you become about it. And that becomes something that you really drive to get, to find. And then another thing that I realized that in your alone time, you're having these imaginations, right? And this is how you must, even right now, you can test, anybody can test themselves. When you are in your private thoughts, what are those things that you are saying in your mind that one day when I am this, I'm going to do this?
Sure.
What is that?
Sure.
What is that for you as a man?
Yeah.
Like one day when I have the money, I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, maybe there's a car. Maybe in your mind, there is a private imagination of a good time in a hotel.
Yeah. Sure.
With someone.
Yeah.
Where you will not be found. Where you will not be found. Maybe it is, coming back and showing everybody that said that you are not this. Now it's time for you to show them.
You've made it.
Yeah, it's part of this. Those are part of what we call, I call unresolved childhood lusts.
Man.
Unresolved childhood lusts.
Man.
Those deep longings that were never satisfied, that have now become obsessions. And then until they have been satisfied, they linger in your system, in your psychology, in your consciousness.
Sure.
And then when you get the opportunity and you feel like I can get away with it, or sometimes you don't even care whether you get away with it or not. You just have to satisfy that lust. It hits you. For men, power.
Yeah.
Money, of course, and influence. Sex, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And freedom.
Man.
Freedom. If you listen to a lot of these podcasts, a lot of men, they're complaining about that lack of freedom. You know, not just women, of course, but in terms men as well. They complain about the lack of freedom.
Why is that?
I suppose, it's one of the ultimate ways of expressing your power and your independence as a human being is to have the freedom to do what you want.
Whatever you want, yeah, sure.
Right? And when you're in marriage, that's not the case. Because you've now decided to bring this poor woman into your space and say, I'm going to take care of you and I want to build this for you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And now there are responsibilities that come with that.
Man.
But unfortunately, they come at a point where you are also coming to your own reckoning as a man, right? You are all of us for the first time in your life being respected. Your voice has been respected.
Yeah.
Your presence has been respected.
Sure.
Your impact has been respected. You are no longer a boy now. You're a man, and you've been seen that way. And you've seen your father, your brother, your uncle, like in their manhood, they had the freedom.
to do whatever,
to do this and to do that and to do that, and they got away with that, and then you want that same freedom as well, without actually fully processing the fact that your father's generation of marriage is different from where you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a different kind of demand on you as a man than back then, and the way you negotiate your space and your role in marriage is completely different from how they did.
Yeah, sure.
And a lot of men then feel restrained, feel constrained. And if you don't contextualize it, if you don't deal with that, it's going to catch you because you're going to steal that freedom.
That's crazy.
You're going to steal that freedom.
Yeah. But at the same time, as you're speaking, I'm like, I wonder why we define that as freedom, because that sounds like bondage.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because exactly it is conceived in from your place of being vulnerable, of being weak, of being caged, of not having the power.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know what it is that you're longing for. It's an idea in your mind.
Sure.
But it is not. It's not the real thing.
Not a reality,
It's not reality.
Yeah.
And many people who have been, let's say that you've been oppressed, like a lot of people, they think of freedom mainly from the point of what they were not allowed to do and now what they can now do.
Yes.
Post the freedom.
Yes.
It's the same challenge we have in our country, right?
Yes.
There's so many, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And look at what happened when the guys became free.
Yep.
Like we don't understand that actually what true freedom is actually in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. And in 10:23.
Sure.
Says that I have the freedom to do anything that I want, but I will not be mastered by everything. I have the freedom to do anything I want, but not everything I do will benefit me.
Yes.
So freedom actually is the ample opportunity to do what is good for me at any given moment. What is good, what's healthy, what's
objectively
helpful.
Good.
Objectively good. Yes. Not just subjectively.
Yes.
Based on my own selfish interests.
That's good.
And understanding that I'm part of an ecosystem.
That's good.
And that my freedom cannot transcend and cannot go beyond other people's freedom.
Yes.
And if I bring children, if I bring a wife into this space of my freedom is not independent of their dependence on me. Part of my freedom is the ample opportunity to do good by them as well as I'm doing good
by me. Yeah.
So there's a misunderstanding and misconception of what freedom is.
Come on, that's good, brother.
Because it is conceived with incomplete information when you were a child, when you're still growing up.
Yeah.
It is informed by the emotional torment that you experience in that state.
That's good.
And all of that is incomplete also because of the fact that at that moment you're not intellectually competent. So whatever you may have thought about, it's incomplete. Unfortunately, as soon as you conclude that and it creates that emotional experience in your body, you are going with that emotional experience.
Yep.
The attachment that you have made with that hard bondage that you made with that thought that was incomplete in very unfortunate situations.
Yeah.
And you're chasing
Sure.
to relieve yourself of that feeling. Except it's incomplete.
Yeah, totally, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
And I think a lot of men, then we don't go outgrow that. We stay in that that boy state, that boy status.
Yeah, sure. That's total, man. That's good.
You stay in that boy status.
That's good. That's true, bro.
Where you are you're triggered and you're just reactive.
Sure.
When the money comes, you're reactive.
You're acting, yeah.
Right. As soon as that salary hits your account, like pay attention to how your body feels.
That SMS, that beeping.
That instant change of mood when it says dip dip.
When you see those zeros, there's something that psychologically changes.
That change in your body, energy.
Everything
changes. Like pay attention. And pay attention to what you want to start doing all of a sudden. Yeah. Pay attention how you talk yourself out of those goals that you made.
Sure.
When you had no money.
Sure.
Like this month, I'm going to save. When that hits, no conversations. 10% gone.
Yeah.
But as soon as it hits, all of a sudden,
hold up.
But wait.
Yeah.
I can do it next month.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, maybe only 5%.
Is it really necessary now?
And all of a sudden you start to talk yourself out of that decision that you've made.
Sure.
that's what we need to do as adults, is that to deal with the unresolved lusts, you got to be very conscious. And you got to be able to pay attention to those moments where you're feeling free.
Man. Yeah, I think challenging that definition of freedom is a good one. And recontextualizing it rather. I was at a student camp this past weekend, and we were having a conversation around the fire about sex. And one of the students asked the question, like, we see people speak of sexual liberation and sexual freedoms. Can we see an equivalent of that in marriage? Can you be sexually free to express yourself with no limitations? And so I was like, well, if you want to be free sexually, as long as it's within the confines of the marriage. So you're not going to bring a third party into this thing. But whatever you guys want to do, sure, I guess you're free in that sense, But I could see the cogs like turning in his mind. And so then I was like, before we continue with this conversation, let's probably like track back and define what freedom is. Because in your mind, you're speaking of absolute freedom, which doesn't exist. Nothing in the universe is absolutely free. Nothing. The world itself has to remain on its axis. If it moves from that, we'll collapse and die. We're limited by gravity. The sun is at a specific distance that it shouldn't get closer to the earth, or we'll burn and die. So I'm like, everything is within some form of limitation, and it's within those limitations that we can truly flourish in our freedom. So I'm like, even within marriage, you flourish sexually, and you reach the highest quality of your sexual expression because of these boundaries that exist within marriage. If you move those boundaries, then you won't experience, the ultimate sexual quality that marriage is designing to achieve in you. If I want to enjoy my car, and you need to drive within the speed limit, you need to drive within
you can enjoy it within the confines of the law.
Yeah, but you will enjoy it. And beyond this, man, that's not, again, it's not freedom. That's chaos. Driving at 200 kilometers an hour, that's a danger to you. That's a danger to those
everybody
who are
else.
Exactly. So that's not freedom. That's recklessness. That's enslavement. And so absolute freedom, such a mirage. And I think a lot of men struggle with that, So and I think we also struggle with that, and it's demonstrated in why we don't want to get married. You alluded to it earlier on that you can want to be whatever you want, but not in marriage. And so we resist marriage because marriage, we clearly know what the design of it is. We don't want to be boggled down. We don't want to be tied down, whatever the case is. But you're tied down by everything else. You're tied down by the government. You're tied down by SARS. You're tied down by your boss because you have a 9 to 5. You're tied down by your own stomach because you have to eat. And so I'm like, where have you experienced this ultimate freedom that you so crave for? But I love what you said. It's these unresolved childhood lusts. Because particularly when we think about lust, a lot of us think that it starts with the minute I watched porn. The minute I had my first sexual encounter, but what you're saying is no, it's been building.
Yeah, as a seed was planted at some point. Man. A seed was planted at some point, and an imagined experience entered. It was your consciousness. It wasn't real. Your soul.
Yeah.
Sure. You don't even know what that whole thing is. That's why the thing with lust is that they'll move from one thing to the next, because they're chasing something that they don't know. But when you are actually exploring out of curiosity, not out of lust, you can enjoy. Yeah. When somebody's being curious, looking and discovering, you enjoy the view. Sure. You can appreciate the breeze, and you can really have an amazing moment because you're curious and you're exploring. Yeah. And the idea of absolute freedom is the most chaotic idea, and actually makes a human being very dangerous. Yeah. My question is always, we're having to sit down and I'll ask the question. I'm like, I want to get up and I want to go behind you. I want to go behind you. Can I walk through you? No. Can I walk through you? No. Yeah. But I'm free, man. I'm a free man. Yeah. Sure. Why can't I walk through you? Yeah. Can't do that, right? Yeah. I mean, there's a table here. There are valuable things I've got to walk around. So as much as I have the freedom, but I don't really have, there's no absolute freedom.
Yeah.
The idea of freedom is it's supposed to not only serve you, but it's supposed to serve everyone around you.
That's good, bro.
That's one of the expressions around constitutional freedom, is that where my right starts, your right ends.
Sure. Sure.
Right? There's that constant negotiation. So in marriage, as much as you want to be sexually free and want to explore, a point where your wife, your husband starts to feel uncomfortable, start to feel hurt, start to feel demeaned, start to feel undermined, then your right to whatever pleasures that you may have imagined, that's where it ends.
Come on now.
You know, that's where it ends. And you cannot now develop some kind of a resentment and a bitterness towards that person because of they said no. You got to look inside of yourself and say, okay, what is it within me that feels like I need to push this thing further and get it for myself further? Why? To what end? Why am I in a marriage in the first place? Is it for me to have sexual pleasures or to have intimacy and to create a respectable union? What's the goal here? You know what I mean? Absolute freedom says, my goal is to dominate her. I want to show her that I'm man. I want to reach whatever levels of sexual pleasure.
Yeah, sure.
But it's all about you in that case, right?
Yeah,
and then it's an imagined feeling. Yeah. It's not real.
It's not real, man.
And that's why it's so dangerous. That's why I end up pushing so many boundaries, not only in marriage as far as sex is concerned, but you start doing it also in your workplace. You start doing it also. We spoke the last time, I think, on the podcast about how when that life doesn't happen, you start to create it.
Yes.
This is where men start to borrow money.
Yep.
Right? They start to lie to their wives.
Yep.
And they start to take out these loans to create this facade of a life that they've imagined in their minds that they're going to live someday. And then she wakes up one day in community property, poor woman, realize this brother's got $500,000, 1 million rand worth of loans and credit cards, and she doesn't know anything about it. And what is the worst part about that is that sometimes, especially if you don't deal with the sexual lust, is that you're going to do that with your money.
Yep.
And then you're going to take those credit cards. You're going to be taking that woman that you've imagined in your mind also now to the hotels. Sure. And what's interesting to me is that people that have been driven by lust, they don't want to do those things with their wives.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know what they'll say? But my wife is not adventurous.
Yeah.
My wife is not adventurous. She doesn't let me try things, So I'd rather go to the hotel. And that one entertains my imaginations.
Yeah, but not realizing that one has no respect for how you got those things.
Yeah.
They have no respect. They don't have any appreciation of how you build the things you've built. And there's an issue of patience in marriage sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that part of your freedom is that you must have the freedom to be patient.
Come on now.
Can you use your freedom of love to be patient?
Sure.
To allow your person to grow and to be comfortable to do certain things at a certain point. You know what I mean?
That's good, yeah.
I'll give a simple example. I'm a risky person, and part of it is because the way I grew up in a very chaotic environment, and I had to really find a way to survive. So, for me, risk and air like this.
Yeah.
I breathe them both at the same time.
It just courses in your veins.
And
risk is in your plan.
It's like it's in there, and it created this thing where I would just. It can also make you very impulsive.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Especially impulsive when it comes to money. Now, I used to do this thing where we just go out, and then if I decide I'm going to buy the 6 rand steak, I buy it.
Yeah, on the spot.
And I think, okay, I can do this and do this when I'm done here, so I can make this money, so I'll buy it. But I saw the experience between my wife and I, like she would be very uncomfortable. Like, what the heck are you doing, dude? You can't just drop $600 on a steak for what?
Yeah.
We just came here to have a light meal.
Yeah, sure.
And then I realized, okay, there is a principle. What's the principle I'm trying to live out here?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And I realized that there is a bit of there is incompleteness in terms of my logic around what I'm doing. And a big part of it is that I'm kind of usurping my liberty. I'm usurping authority.
Yeah.
I'm taking liberties I shouldn't be taking.
You shouldn't, yeah.
If I'm doing this, this is not it's not an absolute right. It's not an absolute right for me to spend this money this way because I am married. So I've got to have some kind of a plan.
That's good.
So if I want to have a fancy meal, then let me rather plan a fancy meal. We talk about it and we go have the fancy meal.
Yeah.
All right.
In agreement, yeah.
In agreement.
Yeah.
And it's something that is planned out, but it can't just be not something that is just impulsive. Because for her coming from a very, say, stable environment, she processes impulsivity differently. Like, okay, this is dangerous. This is creating instability. What are you doing?
Sure.
I know it's $600, but what are you doing exactly?
Yeah. What's behind that?
It's and this thing can escalate into the next thing is a steak, and then it's a 6,000 rand pair of shoes.
Yep.
And then it's a car that we didn't plan for.
6 million rand car. Yeah.
It's a 6 million rand car. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it's a house that we didn't plan for.
Sure.
That we're now sitting in there and the lights are off.
Yeah.
And then we're still asking the neighbors, is there load shedding?
Yeah. No, your lights are off.
No, your lights are off, brother. There's no load shedding.
That's crazy. Sure. Man.
So the patience
yeah.
to, exercise your freedom to be patient.
Yeah, that's good.
And be conscious as you're doing that. And really be curious about, I think this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm seeing with myself. I think that all of us adults have to be very curious about how our behavior. Like, don't judge it. Like, be curious. Like, okay, hold on a second. Where is this thing actually going to end? Where is it going?
Sure.
Where does it come from? What is it doing?
Yeah.
Where is it going?
That's good.
Where does it come from? What is it doing right now? What's the impact right now? And if it continues this way, actually, where is it going?
Go? Yeah, sure.
Where is it going? And be very curious about that behavior.
That's good.
What
do you think the difference is between being curious and actually judging or being critical? Why would you encourage us to be curious?
Criticism normally produces an emotion, a negative emotion. And if it's a negative emotion, then we tend to be very despondent, and maybe unwilling to go to take it further. Yeah, depending on how we normally react to criticism or judgment. Sure. Yeah, because that's now knitted into our DNA. Our not so much our DNA, but our DNA of experience, trauma. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever we experience, it's knitted to that. Yeah. So curiosity is, okay, hold on a second. I'm getting entertained now. Why? Sure. Right? Why am I getting entertained? Here's something very fascinating. I became very curious about women who catch my attention outside of my wife. Sure. And I was like, okay, why? And I started to realize, hold on. There's something about this person that is reminding me of my wife.
Your wife. Yeah. Address.
Or my mother.
Yeah.
It's not them.
Has nothing to do with them.
It's got nothing to do with them.
Yep.
Like really, it's one of those situations where honestly, beauty becomes her.
Yes.
That then she becomes the standard against which I measure others. Sure. And they catch my attention not because of themselves, but because of her, because of, that's what I'm familiar with.
Yes.
That's what I'm drawn to. And I was like, oh, okay, now I know.
And once you're aware of that, then you can avoid it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can avoid it.
Precisely.
That's why I've always been, speaking of the man who has all of these imaginations, when a guy cheats or is unfaithful, I've always wondered, like when I see who he's cheating with and I look at his wife, and if there's no similarities or any parallels, I'm like, man, there's a deeper issue that was here. There is a sense in which you actively went out to rebel. And maybe there has been imaginations
that have entered your mind.
That entered your mind, you haven't processed, and now you're
living it out.
You're living it out, But if I see similarities, I'm like, man, what you did was not right. But I get how you ended up there. Yeah. I get how you were tripped up because this was familiar turf, this was familiar territory, And so it's quite fascinating just seeing that, and actually being aware of that yourself. Yeah. And it's such a fascinating thing. I don't think a lot of men think that way, but I think it is probably a note of putting your hand on right now to say whatever you know and love about your wife, whatever attracts you, just be careful that thing might your wife is one of one in your eyes, but just as a human, there's traits that she shares with a bunch of other women. So just be careful of those traits once you start seeing them. Yeah,
it's very, very important. And another curiosity element is the fact that again, I think we spoke about this before.
Hey family, it's that time again. Beans and Bonds is back on Saturday, the 27th of September, right here at Christchurch Midrand. We are gathering people who care about building healthy marriages and relationships. Let me say that again, it's for everybody. So make sure that you are pulling through. Our theme this time is provision and the price we pay as men. Because whether you are a husband, a wife, or you are preparing for marriage, you know the weight of providing, putting food on the table, creating security, chasing success, and sometimes sacrificing yourself in the process. But man, there should be a healthier way, a godlier way. We have assembled a powerful lineup to help us wrestle with this topic. Our guest of honor is none other than the modern Mkwenyana, Sean Mahlangu. He will be in the room. And we are bringing back my wife, your friend, Lily Million. She's going to join us. Doors open at 9:30 and we start sharply at 10 to finish at 1 p.m. But there's something special happening at 8 o'clock. Before the main session, my wife and I will be hosting an intimate breakfast just for 20 people. Man, this is a chance for us to sit together, share stories, dig a little bit deeper. So remember, space is limited, so book your seat right now. This morning is about equipping ourselves, strengthening our homes, and finding wisdom on the journey of marriage. Don't carry the weight alone. Come through, invite a friend, and let us build together. Beans and Bonds. See you then. All right, peace.
so just be careful of those traits once you start seeing them. Yeah,
it's very, very important. And another curiosity element is the fact that again, I think we spoke about this before, that your mother is your first love.
Yeah, sure,
right?
Sure.
And that's where you would have conceived that love and where you have felt very comfortable. And the likelihood that you're going to be caught up with someone that also reminds you of your mother is very, very high.
Sure.
That's why I say curiosity is crucial, because curiosity can help you to discover exactly where that seed is coming from.
Sure.
Is it really coming from the depth of your own weird imaginations that are unguarded?
Yeah.
That you were exposed to pornography as a kid, or watching those magazines, or maybe even the older lady that let's face it, this is the reality.
It touched you.
That touched you.
Yep.
Yep. And you created that. You created that bond.
Yep.
And you're constantly looking for her. You're constantly looking for her. And now as an adult, you're looking for her, and you're drawn to older women who look like her.
Yep. Sure.
That helps you to really realize that, okay, no, this is what the issue is here.
Yeah.
Now I gotta deal with this thing. And if we don't, I don't want to be completely condemning of this whole last thing, because if we condemn it again, we're not dealing with it.
Yeah.
We're just dealing with the symptoms. We have to go deep down and say, where was it conceived? It's a typical lust of a boy that has been ignored by his father.
Sure.
Power.
Yeah.
Wants to do something powerful that'll show his father that he's either good enough or he's a bigger man than his father.
Sure.
Sure. And then typically a boy like that would be would have rebellious tendencies.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, they would have this thing where they don't listen to anyone, especially a person of authority.
Yeah.
And they stay with their own counsel. They counsel their own soul.
Yeah. Sure.
Which the Bible tells us it's a fool.
Yeah.
A fool counsels his own soul.
Yeah.
And does not like to consult with other men for that reason.
Sure.
Because they have placed a lot of value on their ability to making decisions on their own without needing anybody else.
Yeah, sure.
Because in their mind, they're not needing their father because of they haven't dealt with the trauma of them rejecting him.
Crazy, man.
They're rejecting him.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
This is the struggle.
Sheesh, man.
This is the struggle. And then let's talk about maybe this lust for acceptance. Because you can have a lot of guys that have a lot of lust for acceptance, and which are typically what we can call, in the true sense of the word, simps. In in a sense of completely just
Sure.
worshipping.
Yeah.
Don't have their own sense of thinking for themselves.
Sure.
They will never say no. They always say yes because they are extremely people pleasers. Why? Because probably they were abandoned by their mother. And in their minds, they want to be accepted at all costs.
All costs, man.
And they're thinking that if I'm good, if I give her more money, if I don't do this, if I do everything she tells me to do, she will accept me. But that is unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because it's also a form of a lust. It's a lust of acceptance. And it makes you very, I don't want to say the word useless, but it makes you very usable.
Man.
As a man.
Yeah.
Right? It makes you very usable as a man. And how do you know that something is a lust and it is destructive? Is that at the end of the day, you're not able to build anything on your own.
Sure.
You're not able to do anything on your own.
Yeah,
everything that you do is always linked to somebody. And whenever you do it, you want somebody to come and clap hands for you. You have very great difficulty in saying, well done. You've done well, man. It's okay. But you always want someone to do that, to celebrate you.
Yeah.
And this is typically what you see with this. A typical guy like that is the same guy that would want to be, quality tafula
Yeah, sure.
like fill the table up with alcohol, or the same dude that goes and buys a super expensive car just for them to get that hand clap.
Yeah, sure.
And so part of another lust that we have, even though it's a need, but I say it's a lust because of it's constantly on the mind, is that validation lust.
Yeah.
A validation lust as a man, it makes you very man. You will do some things for that
pumps
validation.
You up, man. Yeah.
You will do some things for that validation.
Sure.
From steroids to big, to expensive cars, expensive houses, and even just marrying somebody that you don't even love, simply because you're getting the hand claps from the guys, like, yo, I'm fine.
That is hot.
No, that one is hot. Yeah, what are the pump video? No. Because you're looking for that.
Sure.
The Vrpa.
Yeah.
you're looking for the Vrpa reaction.
Yeah, sure.
At the petrol station.
Yeah.
It's lust.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's lust.
Sure.
And the reason why it's lust because you're not controlling it. It's controlling you.
Yeah.
It's costing you a lot.
Yeah.
And it's undermining and it's putting a lot of what you built in jeopardy.
Man.
It's in jeopardy.
That's crazy. How do we wake that guy up now? He's listening to this and is somehow resonating, but he just doesn't know how to get out. Like how does he where does he begin? An obvious one would probably be acknowledgement. This is what I'm struggling with. There's probably things I need to revisit in my childhood. But then what after that? Like, where do I go? What do I do?
The first thing, of course, is, again, be curious about what's happening in your mind.
Yeah.
Anything that makes you feel very anxious and makes you feel less. Like, unless I have this thing, I'm not a man. I'm not man enough. Unless what is that unless?
Sure.
I have.
Sure.
I'm not man enough. What is it?
Yeah.
Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Okay. It's okay to say that unless I do my best, I'm not man enough. That's good.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want to be able to do your best. Unless I respect, unless I'm kind, unless I'm helpful, unless I'm loving, then I'm not man enough. Unless I'm productive, what does that productivity look like? I'm not man enough.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's healthy.
Yeah.
But there are these, unless, for example, unless she serves me, then I'm not.
Yeah, man enough.
I'm not man enough. I don't feel like.
Wow.
Therefore, she must not be woman enough.
Sure.
If she's not serving me, unless the other guys, unless I've got ice boys around me and they're serving me, then I'm not, because that's a lust, that's a power lust.
Yeah.
Right? What is that? Where is it coming from? But at the end of the day, is it healthy?
Man.
Can you be able to live without it?
Yeah. Sure.
You know?
It's crazy.
And if you're saying that you can't live without it, then why can you not live without it? What will happen if you don't live without it? So it's a lot of curiosity.
Yeah. Sure.
It's a lot of curiosity that you're going to be able to go through. You know? I'd say for me, I mean, one of my biggest lusts was the people-pleasing lust. The validation lust.
Sure.
My father was not around. My mother was not around. And a lot of rejection growing up, right? So I had serious validation issues, right? Serious validation issues. And so I grew up using my talents, my gifts, my intelligence, my sporting activities, all of that, to gain and to make space for myself in society.
Sure.
And I come to Pretoria, and then I get into a church and I become a pastor. And even as a pastor, I was driven very much around by that whole people-pleasing mindset.
It's crazy, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I did everything. I took a lot of pride in the fact that I'm a different kind of pastor.
Yeah.
You know, I don't make people care by my Bible. I'm always eating last. You know, I don't have a special seat. I mean, all of these prompts, they were very pompous. Honestly, very.
Look at me. I am so humble.
Look at me. I'm so humble. I'm so high. I'm higher than all of you. You know, I should actually have a seat on the left hand of Christ, of the Father.
Yeah, I'm high in
Jesus on the right,
humility.
and I'm on the left. like James and John, like they wanted, their mother wanted.
They wanted
start
tenders.
negotiate. Yeah, exactly. So, and that thing messed me up.
Sure.
Because you know, when I was hit by tragedy, I found that people found themselves very almost incapacitated to help me because I'm the help. Because I'm the hero. And I created that space in their
You didn't train
their
them
minds.
as a leader, yeah.
You know?
Sure.
And now you cannot turn around and blame the people and say, I had to be very curious and say, but what happened? Hold on a second. I know these people love me. I know they care deeply about me, but how come they're having some issues with this?
Wow.
And I had to realize that it's me.
Yeah. It's all you, man.
You know, it's me. I had to realize it's me. A certain relationship that was really stressing me out, where the person, because I had great respect for them, they would just ask me stuff. Sometimes things that I don't really have the capacity to, money and all of that, and I wouldn't say no, and I'd say yes, and then that would end up putting pressure on my family because I went and said yes to this person, and I couldn't say no to them because I wanted to appear and seem like I had something more. Right? There's a big one for men. So I'm thinking about it. Especially either the only man, the only boy, if you're the only one who works or you're the eldest normally who works.
Yeah.
That lust to be so revered by your family.
Yeah.
As for the one who has it all together.
Golden boy.
You're the golden boy.
Yep.
And now uputi yasebenza manje.
Yeah.
Right? And then you want to live out the lust of being uputi osebenza.
Sure.
When the sister comes, you rush to the rescue.
Yep.
When the mother comes, rescue. Cousin comes, rescue. Everybody comes, rescue. But guess what? Because you don't have the lust of being a great husband.
You're not obsessed about being a great husband.
What happens when your wife comes and asks?
Yeah. Sure.
Do you have the same urgency?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
That's how you know it's a lust.
Yeah. Sure, man.
And a lust has no rules.
Yeah.
It only has one thing to satisfy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever that thing
Itself.
is. It's a very biased, very subjective dogma that you develop around whatever that is.
Sure.
Like, no, but I can't say no to my family. I can't do this. I can't do that. My question is, then what about your family that you're building with your wife?
Your immediate family, yeah.
What about your children?
Yeah.
What about the person that is now your wife? How come you have difficulty having the same kind of urgency with your family as you do with, with your immediate family that you're building now, your wife, your child, your children, as you do with your sisters or your brothers or anybody else coming? How come you have difficulty?
Yeah.
How come you can easily say yes here?
Yeah.
With them, with your brothers and sisters and mother and whatever, but you easily say no
To your wife.
to your wife.
Man.
Where's it coming from?
Oh.
And be curious about it. Like, don't judge it. Don't judge it. Because the moment you judge it, you're gonna default back into your protective. Don't judge it. Be curious.
Open it up, unpack it. Yeah.
But why? If this person is I'm walking a journey, she's my compatriot. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that because it's part of going to be. We can talk about the 7 C's a little bit of relationship. Like part of it is being a compatriot.
Yeah, sure.
Like we're walking a journey together.
Man.
We're going somewhere together. But not only are we co-journers, but we also are helping each other. This person is helping you as a constituent that you're building, or as a mercy, building a marriage together. They put in their energy, they put in their resources, they put in their emotions, they put in their time, their spirituality, their time, everything else.
Everything.
With you.
Yeah.
All right. How come you have difficulty being responsive to their need?
Yeah.
But you don't have, it's so easy for you to be responded to those ones who are not building anything with you.
Yeah. Sure.
And I'm not saying neglect your family, but I'm saying be curious about it. Like why? Why do you find it so easy?
Yes.
What is it that you have not formulated around being in marriage?
Yeah.
But you formulated about being part of the family that it now outweighs being married.
Being married, man. Yeah. It's that son. It's that little boy.
It's that little boy.
With imaginations and unresolved lust.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's unresolved lust.
Yeah.
And the unresolved lust and the desperate desire sometimes to be seen. Yo.
Yeah, that's a massive one.
Here comes.
Yeah, that's a massive one.
Man, like, yo, you know this podcast of yours. Okay, here it is. When you were a kid in your family, there's certain longings you have from your siblings, about your siblings. Longing for respect, longing for acceptance, longing to make them feel whatever it is that you want them to feel about you, towards you, with you, through you, whatever. They're there. Whether you are the black sheep of the family, whether you are the lastborn, whether you're the firstborn, there are certain desires, longings you have.
Yep. Uncommunicated between you
Uncommunicated.
Two. Yep. Sure.
Expectations, desires, unrequited love, experiences. Owed love. Romans 13 verse 8, owe nothing to no man except to love them.
Come on now.
Many family members have got a lot of unpaid debt of love towards us, as we do as well.
Yeah.
And there's a part of you that wishes that now that you're older, you can get paid back.
Yeah.
You can get paid back. Give me the love that you didn't give me.
Yeah, sure.
And then there's a part of you that kind of makes you feel, or you feel like, okay, because I didn't have 1, 2, 3, or now that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they should not have an issue now. Giving me what is due to me.
Yep.
Paying me the love that they owe me.
It's crazy.
And then here you are laboring.
Drives you, bro.
For that love.
Yeah. While your wife is suffering.
Because she's not owing you.
Nah.
Her debt is fully paid.
Yeah.
But when, black, listen.
You're still obsessed.
You don't know. No, you don't know how to be in a relationship where love is not owed.
Whew. Say that again, bro.
You don't know.
Say that again.
Because she's fully paying the love.
Your wife has fully paid the love, so you just don't know how to move.
And now you're obsessing about the love that
hasn't been paid.
That hasn't been paid. Unrequited love.
Man.
That's why no matter how much they suck from you, there's a cognitive dissonance. Like, but hold on a second.
These people are taking.
But I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
Maybe if I give them one more, they'll pay me.
Yeah.
But they're not.
They're not, bro.
They've been taking and never depositing.
Yeah.
And that is the nature of your relationship with them.
Man.
And you've got to make peace with the fact that that's the nature of your relationship with them.
Yeah.
The only way to be able to honor their love, honor the love that you've got for them, is to decide how you administer the love. Not administer from triggers, reactions, unconsciousness. You know, but you can decide. Okay, if I give you $1,000, I'm giving it from the bottom of my heart, and I expect nothing from you.
Yeah,
and I will not jeopardize what I am building with this woman and with these children of mine to try and satisfy some kind of unrequited love.
Yeah. Bro, I've seen that thing play out. There's a man I know, you know, comes from poverty, extreme poverty.
Sure.
Not like, you know, poor and you have bread. No, like we don't have anything. Like nothing, you know. Works himself up, you know, gets a good education. But there's like these rumors of him being the golden boy in the family. Nobody's articulating it. But you are tick it out. You know, once you make it, we all make it. You know, and so they'll support from the sidelines with cheering him on, but no financial support because again, it's a poor family. No emotional support. No relational support to say build yourself, go build a family. You know, we'll cheer as you build. Inspire us to do the same thing as well. You know, as siblings to go look after our own families. None. We cheering you on so that you can come back. You know, and so there's something that happens when you grow up together. It's what you spoke about now. This unpaid love. You know, so all of us, because we're struggling and we're suffering the same way. There's then this us versus them mentality that's built. You know, so it's us against the world. And there's this pact that we build together. So that when one of us does make it out, the thing that traps him and brings him back is the pact that we made. When we were poor together, and we struggled together to fight those people, right? The world out there, rather. Anyway, so this man makes it out, builds a family, you know, and he starts progressing in his career. And then the calls started coming from home, you know, somebody's sick. Okay. Let's go help them with medication here. It's fine. Okay, no, this person needs, you know, $50 to go on a school trip. Sure, here's $50. But then what he started doing is he stopped coming back home after work.
Yeah.
So now he starts visiting his mother's house after work. And why is he there? You wonder, like, but don't you get the love at home? Like you have a wife, you have children, like, don't you want to just go back to them? You know, you've built this house, you're successful. There's food. There's a home that you've created. But now he always has to go because, like you're saying, there's all of this love that is unpaid, and everyone else is saying, but remember we cheered you on. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you are a guy.
Payback time
to pay back, right? And slowly, like. What I started seeing happening was his unresolved lusts of power, control. So now I'm the golden boy within this group of siblings. We're all poor. And I've stood out. But now I'm being respected. You know? And that drove him more because now at home, he's not seen as...
No, at home is this.
We're equal at home.
We're equal, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's me and my wife, we're equal.
Collaborating, yeah.
Yeah. And I've raised kids as well, you know, and I've trained them to carry themselves with confidence. And so when they're talking to me, not disrespectful at all, but they're talking to me as the equals that I've trained them to be. But when I come here, ngumalume, and they see me. So I have nieces and nephews. They don't talk to me like my kids. My kids welcome me home. They hug me.
Daddy,
Dad, etc., etc.
What do you have for me?
What do you have? Yeah, but here they're begging, and so you lust for power. comes up and it's being fed.
Satisfied.
It's being satisfied, man. Constantly over and over and over. And then you start seeing the demands grow. So no, it's no longer medication. It's no longer a bag of rice. But now it's, okay, it's school fees. This one is getting married. And what does he do? Exactly like what you said.
Yeah.
Starts pulling loans.
There we go.
Start pulling loans now. Because now I'm taking care of two families. I've stolen money from this one that I've built.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Right? But now I'm like, yo, there's more demands here. And these ones, they found me poor. And they saw us build together. And so now when I tell them, yo, I'm struggling a little bit, they're like, no, we understand. We've been there, et cetera, but they don't realize that your lusts are being satisfied here by your siblings, family, and everyone else. And this thing just keeps growing, man. And it never ends.
It never ends.
If curiosity is not built, if he doesn't wake up and there's no consciousness, in his marriage, if his wife can't even see the thing, and even if she calls him out to some extent, this is more satisfying because of all of these unresolved lusts,
Yeah.
Bro, when I was like, this is insane, man. And the thing is, the guy till today, doesn't see an issue. Not at all. Till today, doesn't matter what would happen. Somebody would drop a spoon in his mother's house and they would call him. As ridiculous as, I dropped the spoon, we're sitting together, just tell me to pick up my spoon. Why do we need to call our uncle?
Oh, man.
But because, again, he feels, then he can say, yeah, drop a little spoon. Oh, okay, the uncle said it, And it's like, man, any little thing, he'll still get called. He'll still feel like the hero who's come to save, Even though he's in debt and is drowning financially, emotionally, he's wrecked his family, spiritually, he's nowhere. But here, he's unresolved lust, man. Just being satisfied over and over and over again. And I'm like, man, that's insane.
And that's exactly what lust does, is that it never, the thing about it is that it never gets satisfied.
Sure.
And that's why you always have room for it.
Sure.
Because it never gets satisfied. You keep on allowing for it to really happen in that way that you actually describe. And this is not a very uncommon story you're saying.
It is very common.
It's far too common. It is far too common.
Yeah.
And you know what the sad thing is, Black? The very freedom that he has to do that is because of his family.
Get out of here.
If it were not for the support of his wife, he
wouldn't
even have.
Get out of
here. He wouldn't even have the ability to do that.
Man.
Because when you are loved well,
man,
and then that's the problem that we sometimes don't realize, is that good love will set you free.
Yeah. That's freedom.
Good love will set you free.
Sure.
And if you don't know what to do with that freedom, that's when you start to screw it up a little bit. Start taking certain liberties that you should not be taking, because good love accepts you so well. It allows you so well to live in your authenticity. And if you don't know and learn how to live and manage yourself as a free person, you're going to live in freedom as a slave.
As a slave, brother.
Going back and trying to satisfy those things.
He can only do this because his wife has loved him well. She's paid.
Yes. She's paid the price.
She's paid the price, bro.
And the thing is that somebody can listen and say, women do the same thing. Listen, women can talk to women.
Yeah, sure.
This podcast is about men at the end of the day.
Hundreds.
We're not talking to women's experience. We're talking about men's experiences.
Yeah.
And all of us, especially with our history as South Africans that has so much poverty in the background.
Yeah.
All of us, many of us, especially many of us Black men, this is a risk. Yeah. This is something that all of us can find ourselves having to deal with.
Man.
Where if you don't deal with that little boy and all of the imaginations that he conceived, and they start to exalt themselves above the knowledge. As a Christian, there's 2 Corinthians 10:5, which says, casting down every high thing and every vain imagination that exalts itself above the knowledge of Christ, and bring you to captivity to the obedience of Christ.
Sure.
fine, you say I'm not a Christian, so that doesn't apply to me. The idea of that is that Christ is truth.
Sure.
So you must cast down every vain imagination and every high thing that exalts itself about truth.
Truth, bro.
Objective truth.
Objective truth. Yeah.
Objective, not your own truth.
Yeah.
Objective truth.
Sure.
And bring it to captivity to the obedience of that.
Yeah.
Of that truth.
Yeah. Sure.
And if what we're saying was not true, then we would not be having a situation where in South Africa, the group that has the highest suicide rate.
Yeah. Men.
Black men.
Black men
Specifically.
Yeah.
Then who has the highest issues of unresolved and unregulated emotions as far as and then violence.
Black men. Yeah,
Same.
Sure.
Because there's a certain part of us that is not conscious enough to deal with our trauma and everything else that has come up with our upbringing. And a lot of the things that we have to adjust to the reality of what we are now living in.
Sure.
And what we're living in now as men is that we're living in a more collaborative society.
Yeah.
And we must get the memo. We must get the memo. Like, we must get it. Here's the memo. It's a collaborative society. In a collaborative society, people deal with each other based on equality.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have the same roles, but the way that you treat me as a human being, I'm equal to you. There must be a certain level of respect.
That's good, bro.
The reason why disrespect could be tolerated in the past by our mothers, it was because of, again, it was a very unequal society.
Sure.
And it was not a collaborative society, it was a very hierarchical society.
Yeah,
I want to use the P word.
Yeah,
some
sure.
people get hierarchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there's a hierarchy where
It rhymes with hierarchy.
it is a hierarchical society. It rhymes with hierarchy. It starts with a P.
That's funny.
You know,
Yeah.
where ageism
Yeah.
was an issue.
Sure.
And it wasn't just about men, but even with women, ageism was an issue.
Right.
And we're living in a collaborative society. And we need to realize that we need to, in collaborative environment, respect is mutual. There's not one way. And respect is not a feeling
No.
that you feel,
Yeah. Sure.
but actually it's an action.
Yep.
How are you acting towards me?
Exactly.
How are you treating the fact that we are both working?
That's good. Yeah.
We arrive home at the same time.
Yeah.
We are both bringing money in the home.
Yeah.
Respect says we need to negotiate. We need to have a table of negotiation and discuss how are we going to be dealing with the finances?
That's good.
How are we going to be dealing with our trauma inherited issues as that we explained? Okay, if you've got a little sister that you're taking care of at home, how are you going to handle that?
Yes.
If you've got a mother at home that you're dealing with, how are you going to handle that?
Yep.
You know,
That's
like
good.
we sit down and we negotiate.
It's good.
Collaborative environment, we don't say, this is my way and this is non-negotiable. No. You know, if I'm going to be a participant in whatever the life that you are providing, even for your family, I need to be at least also consulted.
That's good, yeah.
Because this life we're building together,
It's ours.
it's ours.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So consult me. Let's have a conversation about it. Help me to understand what the issue is. If then we're not able to meet each other halfway, then of course, I mean, these things, by the way, should be happening before you get married.
Yeah. Sure. By the way.
Just in case we're missing it. Like this should be happening. This is a premarital
Before.
discussion.
That's good, man. That's
A
it.
premarital discussion is that we talk about finances. We talk about financial responsibilities.
Yeah.
Institutional financial responsibilities like loans and student loans and and then of course home.
Financial expectations.
At home, but how are we going to do with that?
Yeah.
Are we going to send a certain amount of money? Is there any project that needs to be completed before we come together that I should be aware of?
Sure.
You want to get married, but you're busy finishing the house, your mother's house, you're completing your mother's house.
Yeah.
But when we bring our monies together, we're barely not going to make it. Like, what does that look like?
Sure. It's good.
We can just like walk in there and then hope that everything's going to happen by faith.
Yeah.
There's faith that the marriage is going to survive, but there's also the wisdom.
That's good.
To say, hey, I'm still helping to put up a roof at home.
Yeah.
I'm still helping to take my brother to school. my father has got some chronic illness, and I'm helping with the bills.
Yes, exactly.
Are we cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then how? What is it? Are we cool with it up until a certain point, or
this is what I've been doing? Should I shrink the support?
Yeah.
Should I?
Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
You know,
That's good, bro.
and if you deciding that you don't wanna agree to the terms, then you don't wanna agree to the terms.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, then fine, let's not do it.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's clear. It's in the open. Yeah.
It's clear and it's in the open. And one of the reasons why premarital discussion is so important is because we can really work through those things. Like one of the things that I talk about is conflict resolution. Okay. How do you get ticked off?
Yeah.
Are you the type to just lock yourself in the room and not speak for days? Like, how,
man,
you know, I'm the one that I want it resolved now.
Sure.
So then how we gonna deal with that?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good, bro.
Because we know that the number one reason why people actually divorce is actually lack of conflict resolution.
Exactly.
It's how they resolve conflict.
Exactly. Sure.
So how do we? And let's have a conversation about that.
Yeah. Let's lay down the rules, bro.
You know what I mean? Very, very, very important.
Sure.
And in terms of then the constituents, our how we're going to be building our marriage. Okay. What is your approach towards domestic work?
Sure.
What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, on my side, when I got into marriage, because I grew up without both my mother and my father, and there was a grandfather who was no way going to clean the house. I grew up having to clean the house, you know, making the bed, cooking. So whoever, when I got married, that was not a need for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to think that you're the most incredible, amazing woman if you're cooking and washing for me. I can do that for me quite well. I've been doing that for.
Yeah.
You know, but I realized that I have this need for special things. You know, make me coffee with condensed milk.
Come on now.
You know, put some mint tea in there. Some mint in there. Yeah. You do something like that. Bona.
Yeah, we're good, man.
We're good.
Yeah, this thing's gonna last.
This thing's gonna last. We're going somewhere.
Sure.
You know, buy me my special socks.
Come on now. Yeah.
Then this thing's gonna last up my special cap.
I hear you, bro. Sure.
But I'm not gonna think that you're a terrible wife because you didn't cook for me.
Cook, man. Nah.
But that's my personal background. And if that's not you, and then you grew up in an environment where you were cooked for. Yeah. You know, and certain things were done for you.
Talk about that.
Talk about that.
Bring that up.
Bring that up and then discuss it.
Definitely.
You know, it's your marriage.
Where is the space for speaking about our battle with lust? When we in the premarital stage, you know, should I bring all my demons?
Look, I mean, I think a lot of these things they come out at certain life stages. So it's very difficult to know that you even have them.
Sure.
You know, because you're both starting out with your first job. Yeah. And everything's exciting. Sure. You know, it hits you on your third, fourth year of marriage because you're now the director. And then they've just given you that fancy Lexus S600, whatever, Mercedes-Benz. And then as you were driving out the car, out of the office, a lady stopped next to you with an X5 and then gave you the look. Yeah. And it's a very unfamiliar look. No, and you're very curious about yellow
is it the car or is it me?
Is it me or is it the car? And then the next thing you know, you start to see that. Yeah. And then at work, all of a sudden that lady, that beautiful PA that never used to look your way, now all of a sudden start calling you Mr. So-and-so. So Mr. So-and-so, and then there's a certain tone with which she says it. And there's a certain movement as she's talking to you of the head. Sure. And you're like, okay, this is all weird. What the heck is that? Yeah. And then you start feeling all of these things that you're feeling. Sure. Entertaining all these thoughts that you're entertaining. That's where it hits you. Because you don't know before that you have these until you are free to explore them. And there's something that has happened in your life that says, oh, actually, you do have the right. Sure. You deserve
to go do these things.
You know, you can.
Sure.
You should do it.
You know? Yeah. Sure.
So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to talk about unresolved unless you already have. And I think one of those would be maybe if you've got some really weird sexual fetishes, you know, to talk about those
to your wife.
To your wife and say, dude, you know.
Yeah.
And you already know, like, okay, this is a bit of an issue. Because at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of these things, they're gonna be very tough. Yeah.
I hear you.
Just the thing about it is just continue to be curious.
Yeah, as it comes.
Continue to be curious, and if you're a Christian, like we are, continue to pray.
Yeah.
And to trust God and the Spirit to really reveal these things to you very clearly.
So what if I watch this podcast now, and I'm like, there it is. I'm not married, but as we were speaking, the guy's like, oh, okay, I see it in my life. When would you advise them to talk to a future spouse about this stuff?
Get help, number one.
Sure.
If they start coming up, get help so that you can be can understand where they come from, right? A facilitated engagement. I think what people don't realize sometimes about counseling is that it's not. Sometimes you don't tell you what you don't already know.
Yes.
But the only thing is that we just help you to facilitate what you already know in a way that's healthy.
Sure.
And that gives you power to deal with it. You know, and sometimes confirming some of the things that you already know that you need to get done.
Sure.
That's one of the benefits of therapy.
Sure.
It's not that you're gonna get in there, you're gonna get mind blown every second. It's just that it's a very facilitated,
bullets,
guided, curated environment designed to help you to deal with the chaos in your life.
Come on, bro.
In a way that is more orderly, in a way that is more functional. And then you get to that point easier, or much, much easier than you would on your own and that you would with life experiences. Like it's therapy can save you a lot of expensive decisions. It can save you a lot of expensive decisions, not just financially, but also in many ways, emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise.
Sheesh, man.
So when you get some help, and if you maybe say, I can't afford it and I don't have the money, then be curious and ask yourself those questions. But where is this coming from?
Yeah.
You know, if it's an issue of sex, was I exposed to pornography when I was a kid? Was I ever touched as a kid? Did I ever experience? Did I ever see? You know that there can be trauma of kids seeing their parents
do stuff.
Sure. You know?
Sure.
Like that nonsense, it really messes you up.
Yeah.
Like go back and say, you know, like have I ever been exposed?
Sure.
Did I see my older brother with another girl? Did I have my sister with like, what is it? What is it that you're exposed to that sort of started to sort of infect and taint your innocence and rob you of that purity at a very young age? You know, violence, for example. What did you see? Or where does it come from? Okay, I saw my uncle, I saw my brother, I saw my dude. You don't want to, if you don't learn a different way, most of the time, two things will happen. Either you're going to suppress yourself to the point where you don't even feel anything anymore, or you become exactly that you don't want to become. Either way, it's unhealthy.
It was unhealthy,
Because if you suppress yourself emotionally, then unfortunately, then you don't experience the beauty of emotions.
Sure, man.
Which emotions are also data points.
Yeah.
Which you need to make those healthy decisions.
Wow,
and if you're suppressing them, then you're missing crucial data.
Yeah.
In your relationship experience. And emotions are vital for giving you data points in your relationship experience. You know?
Man, this has been gut-wrenching. It's taking us to places, bro, where I'm like, a lot of men don't wanna sit there. There's a discomfort, you know. There's a like an unraveling, and as this unraveling happens, you're just spilling everywhere, and we want to be very stoic, contain stuff, you know, but that doesn't help, man. I think as we come closer to the end of our chat, if you could run us through, I mean, you've spoken a lot about like different lusts, you know, to summarize them, what are they? And earlier on you spoke about, you know, the childhood neglect that came as a result of these lusts. Just to summarize them, what are they and how do you connect them to the childhood experience? Yeah.
Cool. Remember what I said is that it's longings.
Longings, yes.
Yeah, they start as longings, and they start as longings normally in your foundational stages, as a kid, as a child. And the longings are mainly what you didn't receive.
Sure.
Either what you received that you didn't have the ability to process. Let's say if you're poor, the lack of money can very easily drive you into the lust for money.
For money, yeah.
Lust for power.
Sure.
The humiliation of being poor, feeling like I'm unimportant, I'm not accepted. I can't get the goal because I'm poor. Or you can't get the goal because you're too ugly.
That's another thing.
But when you get the money, you're no longer ugly because the money make you look good.
Yeah, you know what they say. You're never
you're
ugly.
not ugly. You just didn't have the money.
You're broke.
You're just broke, right? And that's the reality of it, is that those things that you never got that made you feel like you are not like the rest of the cool kids.
Man.
Right? That's those are the things you long for.
Sure.
You can desire them to the point, or long for them to the point of obsession.
Sure.
Now, what's the difference between a desire and a lust? A desire I can let go, right? I can desire to be rich, but be okay with the fact that I'm poor.
That's you. Sure.
The lust to be rich is that I don't care what happens, I am going to be, and I'm going to be at all costs.
Yeah.
The desire is that I can, and I'm going to work towards it, but I will not do it with. I will not compromise my character. I'm not going to betray anybody along the way.
Sure.
I will follow the path the right way. So desires are very healthy in a lot of ways because you can manage them. But at last you have difficulty managing.
Controls you.
It controls you.
Manages you. Yeah.
It manages you. And you start to really cross a lot of lines in your quest to fulfill this desire. So power, normally, again, stripped off, whatever power you stripped off as a child, or you come from a powerful family and you saw what power does. And so you want to get the same thing that you saw happen. Okay? Money, resources. And then, of course, this issue of sex, right?
Yeah.
You have certain weird sexual fantasies and then maybe desiring to have multiple women. And that stuff plays in your head. And even though when you're married and you're happy,
bro,
and you get this woman, once you get her, all of a sudden your mind starts to wander off.
Sure.
You start thinking about other possibilities.
Other things,
like that's one of the lusts. And then the other lust that I was the lust for validation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
And we don't think about that.
Yeah.
A lust for validation.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's a lust is because it's unquenchable. Like no matter. And the thing about the lust for validation in marriage is that when you have that lust, you can have when you have the most loving person in the world, you're gonna go out on them. But the interesting thing is that when they don't love you as much, you're fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting for them to
sure.
To validate you, to do all of that.
It's crazy.
And so you must then ask yourself most of the time, like, what is it I'm not getting in my marriage that I need to go find out there? What is it I'm not getting in my relationships that I need to go and create? Because the power lust, that goes into your work.
Yeah, sure.
That goes into society.
Sure.
That goes into your relationships. All of a sudden, the same person who you were good friends with, that you were like here, all of a sudden wants to be here and wants to treat you as an ice boy. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a power lust.
Yeah, sure.
And then the power lust is that also you start then inserting yourself in certain higher echelon environments to now link up with those guys that you could not link up with as a kid. And they'll call you, they'll invite you. Because now you're good enough now, right? Now you can be part of us. It may not be the same people you grew up with, but it'll be a grouping some way. Some way, all of a sudden, they want you to come to a private VIP thing that you were never invited into before. All right? And then, of course, you go there and then you like it. Now you want more. You want more of that. Like, okay, this is the life. And you're relating to life based on the lack and the things you didn't get. And the sad part about that is that you start to depreciate.
Sure.
And I mean depreciate, not just unappreciate, but you're starting to depreciate what you have. And you're chasing for more and more and more of that.
That's crazy, man.
So the key thing is that it's controlling you. It's controlling you. And how do you know it's controlling you? You know the decisions you've made.
Sure.
How many secrets are you hiding from your wife? Financial secrets? You know, where have you been that you don't want her to find out? Who have you been with that you don't want her to find out?
Your map history.
You know?
Sure.
You know the deposit that you've made to your family and to people.
Sure.
That you know if she found out,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have a way of justifying it logically.
No. Yeah.
The only thing that you'll use to justify is that, but what am I supposed to do if they're asking me?
Yes.
But you are not able to logically, looking at your bank statement, looking at what you've agreed on, to support your decision in a logical sense.
You know, it didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. The only thing you're using is the leverage you've got in the relationship, the fact that she loves you, and then she will not pursue the matter further.
Yeah.
And now you're using your emotional leverage and the influential power you've got in the relationship to get away with what you know you shouldn't have gotten away with. And that's why you're hiding it.
In the first place, yeah.
That's why you're hiding in the first place.
Sheesh, bro. No. You're fighting.
Yeah.
You're fighting.
That's it.
Bro, you're a resident, so let's not suck out all the juice.
Let's do it.
You need to come back, man. And I think it will be just helpful to unpack all of those individually.
Yeah.
And just chase those rabbits and see where they lead us, because I think this is a big thing.
That's big, man.
It's a big thing, man. And I realized just even in our conversation now how much, even for me, I'm like, man, I haven't thought about that. You know, I haven't thought about like my own lusts, like and how they play out differently. You know, and the one that we always go to as men is sexual lust. You know, it's like that one we want to choke out and kill and destroy, and it's like that's obvious. You know, and we can obviously see how that would destroy your marriage.
Yes.
But it's all of these other things, bro, that kind of creep up, and they, you know, and as a man, they easily justifiable, you know. So your lust for power, I need to be providing security. I need to, you know, have financial muscle. So you can justify why you're chasing the bag. You can justify why you want to, you know, be a hot man and have a bunch of ice boys because you want to be successful. But you don't actually say, this is what's happening underneath your heart. And so you take a good thing like providing for your family and you using that to mask the lust that you have, you know, and the unresolved longings. So I'm like, man, like, yo, I need to be conscious myself and kind of do some introspection, you know.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think this in closing, just thinking about this as you're talking, like in movies, it's very clear, especially with the heroes and the villain.
Yeah.
The hero uses his power
to
change.
Sure.
And to protect the community.
Sure.
But the villain uses his power to usurp authority and to put himself.
Yeah.
If we think about who was the guy was against Superman, Luke. Is it Luke?
Is it Skywalker?
No, Luke Skywalker. That's a Lord of the Rings.
I don't like Superman, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. He's his enemy.
Yes. I thought his enemy is kryptonite.
Kryptonite is his internal, sort of like an internal thing.
Yes.
You know, that's his weakness. But the enemy that fights him, that feels like he's taking something away from, you know, from him.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
Broken family. Develops vengeance. And then he wants to prove to everybody who didn't see him as such that he is all that and more. You know, and that's in a way a lot of us who grew up as underdogs.
Sure,
you must be very careful of that lust of having to revenge, the lust for vengeance, the lust for to finally get your justice, lust for justice. And we can go to town about that, especially when it comes to forgiveness.
Sure,
because some things are not just, and you will never find justice for them.
Sure.
You'll never find justice for your parents leaving you, for your father leaving you, for being molested as a kid, you know, for whatever has happened for losing your parents as young, or for them divorcing you, and all the pain that you went through, there'll never be justice for that. But all of us have to accept that. We have to accept what we have been dealt with, and as opposed to opposing it, but figure out, okay, how do I then still become the best version of myself in spite of everything that has happened to me? How do I get out of this?
Yeah, sure.
And I think it's a battle that for all of us as men, it's we must be very careful of this mindset of being painted as victims.
Yeah. Sure.
Because a man doesn't know how to handle victimhood very well. We either become villains or become cowards and docile. Either way, it's not good.
It's not good at all, brother.
I don't like this whole victimhood thing that feminism has been blamed. Women's independence has been blamed. Society has been blamed. Everything's been blamed. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to put this victimhood poison in the minds of young people. Because if they feel like victims that young, they either resolve that I will not be a victim at all costs, or they literally become counted out. They check out.
Yeah, sure. Yes, and that's what we've seen. Docile or violent. Yeah, man. Jay, thank you, brother.
Man, it's been amazing.
Appreciate
thank you.
it, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. We know this is gonna bless some guys, some girls as well. So thank you, man.
My pleasure, brother.
Thank you for the work that you're doing. For people wanna get in touch with you, where can they find you, bro?
Jabuzwane.co.za.
Yeah.
JABUZWANE.co.za. And they can be able to get in touch. Otherwise, at Jabuzwane Talks on YouTube, TikTok, on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, brother. Man, all the best for Man of Change. We truly support that work, and we want it to thrive and flourish.
I'm looking forward to you emceeing one of them events, man.
Sure. Let's rock.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Let's rock, man.
All right, bro.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what we spoke about. Definitely a lot that was left on the table for you to chew on, for you to share with others, for you to just, leave your own comments. And there might be things that we needed to unearth. Please just share your thoughts with us. There might be things that you want us to double tap on, or just, some pushback that you might have. And we'd love to just get where you at and how you're seeing all of this. So please do engage. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. If you have subscribed, do not forget to hit the notification bell, man. That's how you'll be updated on every single episode we drop. But from us and the team here, we'll see you next week, Wednesday at 11:30. Peace.